show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host Superman in the house, and we're going to be talking about Richard Hart and of course the PulseChain season ahead. It's going to be pretty awesome, so I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to see some of Richard Hart's latest posts as well and talk about that. So I'd love to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We're going to talk about the stock market. Stock market was down a bit today. Obviously, crypto's down as well. We've also got the PulseChain is pretty much flat now. Was a little bit down overnight, but flat now. We'll talk about that, and we're going to get into some of the news around Gladiator Games. Tournament number 6 is coming up this weekend. Big prizes for that, and we're going to get into a few updates around Liberty Swap and a few other things like that. So Hyperlane, it's going to be pretty good. So that's where we are right now. What else are we talking about? I think that's it. We're going to do a bit of an X1 update as well. I did one of those yesterday, pretty comprehensive, I think. So we're going to look at that. You get the latest and greatest as well. So let's talk about it. So before we do that, though, share the show around on X. Really does help a lot. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. So we're streaming on the Kryptonite Show, Superman Crypto, and PulseChain X. We've got quite a few nice new users over on PulseChain X. So big shout out over there. And leave comments and all that sort of stuff. And if you're on X, don't forget to smash the follow button at the top. Really helps. And we've been getting some good growth recently on X. So definitely don't forget to follow there too. All right. Woohoo. What are we doing here? We got a couple of people in the house there. We got Taman in the house there. Tamanus cooking. That's it. Please give us some good news. Well, hopefully we're going to have a good discussion today around PulseChain and opportunities. And maybe some good news in there. We've definitely got some good news because Gladiator Games is going to be good news. We got Craig in the house there. Morning all. Good to see you, Craig. Big welcome. And let's get into it. Let's not muck around. Let's go straight to the stock market. And we can see the S&P 500 falls as government shutdown. The shutdown, I think, is it 16 days, something like that. So certainly dragging on. And of course, this is kind of good. It's good and it's bad. It's good on the sense that the deep state's getting shut down. All these departments are getting shut down, and they're basically shrinking it down, which is good. The negative, of course, is there are some essential things that need to be paid, like the military and things like that, which I know that they're doing stopgap measures for that at the moment, but that's definitely can be an issue the longer it goes on, right? So let's get into the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is down 0.65%, 300 points to 45,952. With S&P 500 down a similar amount, 42 points to 6,629, and the Nasdaq down just under 0.5%, 107 points to 22,562. So they're all off the highs there. We got the US dollar at 98, and we've got the VIX up 22%. We've got the commodities. Commodities at the moment, West Texas at $57.46, Brent oil at $61. We've got gold at 4,364. So gold is still on a tear, pretty exciting, and that's up 0.5%, $20 today. Silver at $53.48. That is also up, and you guys know I've been talking about the breakaway for that for some time, and so it's happened. It's really happened. So exciting times, right? Exciting times. So silver and gold on the move there, and we might see some rotation as well. I expect those commodities to still ramp up, and of course Trump today talking about going below, getting a gallon of petrol in the US down to $2 or less, and that's ginormous, right? So obviously, in the physical market, then oil and gas are kind of the key things there in transport and products. If you can get that down, then you have, you're lowering inflation, absolute inflation. So it's powerful stuff. And if you can get interest rates down, which have just started, then you get the monetary side of things. So you got the money side of things and the physical goods market, and he's working on both of those, and that's going to be dramatic. And that's why it can underpin the golden age of America and benefit the rest of the world as well. So if our own politicians can't do a good job, Trump is doing a good job. So there it is. All right, so let's scroll down here and let's see what else we got there. We obviously got a bit of trade tension still playing around with China and Trump. But of course, you got to remember the rare earths was a bit of a late move. Pakistan, I think, did some exports of some rare earths, and I think it was copper. And then after that, we then get the Chinese doing rare earth controls in retaliation, really. So, we've got a bit of that happening. But it rare earths from, was it Argentina, I think, and US now got their own. They're like about 3 months ago they launched their own rare earths plant as well. Remember, the US is very vulnerable to rare earths. It's used in all electronics, including the military and space applications. So it's a big deal, and of course in all the cell phones, everything like that, Taiwan, etc. So China controlling about 80% of the manufacturing. So that has to be diversified away. Because that is a stranglehold on the world. So that's actually quite a big deal. So that's sort of happening at the moment. The other big thing, of course, is we saw sodium batteries coming out. So may end up supplying lithium batteries, lithium cobalt batteries, and it's a game changer. And of course, with the energy density and cost, could be a game changer for AI and robotics and the integration there. Convergence that we might see, because obviously you want super long batteries that you can have robots walking around and they can last for ages and ages and ages. So this is pretty transformative, and that I think came out this week. So pretty exciting on the sodium battery front. I said to you, the battery is kind of like the last leg of the puzzle, the last piece of the puzzle, right? Because if you're going to have autonomous units running around, whatever they're doing. In China, they're probably going to be policing the people, right? That's funny. I see a lot of robotic stuff coming out of China. They go, wow, look at this, amazing. And I was going, yeah, but they're going to end up oppressing the people, these robots. It's a bit like Terminator, but anyway, that's it. So it is pretty crazy. So the battery stuff's starting to catch up there with the rest of the software and chip development that's being used for AI and robotics, and of course the integration to humanoids and things like that. Probably going to be the next big iPhone, right? Is humanoid robots or something. So there we go. We've got Optimus Prime out there. We've got a few others. So we'll see how all that goes. Wish us all luck. I'm talking about humanity. All right, so let's get into it. I think that's kind of the stuff happening at the moment. I've also got Russia-US talks. Russia on the phone with Putin, and so it looks like they're going to build on the Middle East momentum, trying to get a deal done maybe in the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks on the old Russia-Ukraine. So we'll see how that goes at the moment. So that's kind of where we are there with some bit of geopolitics, a bit of the markets. Let's see how we're going on the Fed rate monitor with the interest rate cuts. And we've got 1 week and 5 days to go, and 18 hours. So just less than 2 weeks. But we've got most of the market expecting a 25 basis point cut next in October, and then a 25 basis point cut in December. That is kind of where we are right now. Brennan's in house says we have an enriched deposit of deep sea rare minerals that was approved for mining by 2026. That's fantastic. That's awesome. That's part of Trump's move is to not just do onshore and below onshore, but actually offshore as well. And that was the first time in the US that really seeing them look at the the United States, including Alaska and potentially Greenland and Canada, parts of Canada at least, possible. So we'll see how that goes. The Greater America, right? The Greater America States, is it? Greater United States of America. Yeah, it might include parts of Canada and Greenland at some stage. We'll see. All right. So the Greenland's very important. Greenland, if you're wondering why strategically, Russia doesn't have really a lot of good ports, and so one of the long accesses around through Greenland. So that's why it's so strategic, as well as the resources that are up there, right? So that's why Trump wants it. If you're wondering why he wants that, because of the Russians, Russian shippings and port access, as well as the resources. So big deal. All right, let's jump around, and we've got crypto right at the moment. So let's go to the markets there. And actually, which one should we screen on? Hey, look, I moved my screen. I did that yesterday, didn't I? Let's go. Do you want to go to small screen? Let's go to small screen. No, what does that look like? No, let's go big screen. I'm gonna have to move myself back now. Let's go all the way up here. We're gonna float. Let's float around. Whoa, what's happening? Whoa. I'm feeling sick. feeling seasick there. All right, so let's go to the top there, and we can see at the moment that the total market cap is 3.76 trillion. Bam, come down quite a bit, eh? Remember, we were up at 4.3, 4.4. Now we're down at 3.7. We're down 2.1% today. And let's have a look at Bitcoin right now, $108,000, down 2.4%. That is down quite weak now. Still over 100K quite strongly, but below that 112K mark. And Ethereum at the moment down 2.1% at 38.77, despite all the buying that we've had. We've still got that happening, but like I say, we've lost 4 million Ethereum has gone off the exchanges over the last 3-4 months, and so it's just a matter of time before we get that parabolic rise in the momentum there. So and we've still got millions and millions of coins to be bought by the strategic ETH reserves, right? So let's it is what it is. It's sort of one of these last times to pick up the cheap Ethereum right now. We've got BNB down 0.4% at $1,152. That's had an incredible run recently. XRP at number 5, down 4.2% at $2.30. Solana at number 6, down 5.3%, $183. And of course, Solana is relevant because we're going to be talking about X1 update today. And of course, Jack Levin, the famous vampire slayer, vampire slayer or vampire? I don't know, vampire. There is basically vampiring the Solana chain there, along with this X1, which is, some people are saying it's kind of Solana 2.0 with the old X1. And certainly we're excited about it. And I think that's a pretty big deal. Number 9 is Tron, and it's down 1.5% at 31.4 cents. And number 10 is Doge, down 4.4% at 18.7 cents. All right, so that's kind of where we are with those. Let's have a look at the top performer. I guess this week, BNB, only down 0.4%, and the best performer over the week is BNB as well. No, it's actually not. It's actually Tron, only down 6.2% for the week there. Top gainers, Xpin Network, BNB attestation service, and KGen. We've looked at BNB attestation service before, but we'll have a quick look at Xpin Network. That is the top performer there, sitting at number 876, having quite a nice little run right now. And that is up from 0.12 of a penny to 0.25 cent. And it's been around since the 23rd of August this year. And it is on the BNB chain there. So let's have a quick look at the website. It's got the dashboard, some earning, deposits, ecosystem. What do we got here? We've got some hubs in here, some NFTs, APRs on that, 365% it says. So it's got to have some sort of special setup for that. But what's it saying? Yeah, loyalty APR, okay, and a flexible APR there. So there we go. That is Xpin there on the old BNB, some sort of NFT DeFi. All right, so that is cool. That's XPN, and that is seem to be trending there pretty good. Number 876 right now. So let's go back into the other ones here. We got BNB. We've looked at that before. KGen, let's have a look at that. And that's 590. It's been around since the 8th of October, and that is only a couple of days, and it is rocketing up there right now. Well, it's pretty volatile, but it's currently up at 37 cents right now. I'm not sure what chain that is on. Does anyone recognize that chain? Anyway, KGen.io, and building the world's largest verified distribution protocol. We call it Verify. We're getting a lot of these kind of identity and verifies ones, but they're generally not very DeFi, right? They're not very, it's all sort of just forms of monitoring or identity. It's just all bit hazy. Yeah, I'm not trying to work out what chain that is. Let me know in the chat there if you guys know. Can't see anything particular. That's about that. Anyway, let's move on. So that's pretty much it on the crypto market right now. So 3.75 trillion, Bitcoin 108K, and Ethereum just below 3,900. That is the mark right now. That leads us into, I guess, PulseChain. Should we talk about that? Let me know in the chat there if you guys got anything in particular that you guys have picked up recently and you want to talk about. Let us know. We're going to get into Richard Hart. Richard Hart has been really active, so this is a good sign, right? Richard Hart being more active and getting out there on X, really starting to X-storm now. I think that's pretty exciting. And he's putting a lot of opinions out. You can agree with them or not agree with them. I mean, that's what the world's about. So let's get into it and let's check out some of them. All All right, so just in the last couple of hours, he's had quite a few posts. So this is really cool. I love it. I love seeing him post, and it's great to have him out there and about. So he's been posting on lots of different topics to Elon Musk. He says, "Isn't the government shutdown a paid vacation if you receive back pay?" So he's got that out there. Federal workers. So he's really spreading his topics now. This info might help you make ends meet. Lots and lots of loans are available. So there we go. And then it's got credit union loans and stuff like that. What else there? Got some random stuff. What's this random about? Regular have chosen to shut down the United States government. They have indeed. Democrats think it's a winning play to shut down the government. This is how insane the Democrats really have become. Now, it might be one thing to shut down the government for a couple of days to try and get some political leverage, but when you're like 2 weeks in and you're going for the all-time high, it's getting a bit silly, right? Because people have actually got lives, et cetera, et cetera. Although I'm pretty happy that Trump gets a chance to shut down a lot of deep state stuff, which he otherwise wouldn't have been able to do very easily. So it's kind of cool. Ever since Binance stepped down as CEO, he's much more open and communicative. Yeah, interesting that, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? 2 hours ago. Okay, guys, let me let you on a secret. The people that actually make the most money in crypto aren't buyers and holders. It's Tether, and the rest of the world figured that out. So they're making infinite competitors. And guess what? One of these competitors will be a fair entity and let Joe Blow, a normally honest entity, make a stable with them. And then anyone can on-ramp instantaneous, I guess it is, with dollars direct to the chain. That plus bridges, and you've entirely replaced centralized exchanges. The last remaining component of the central exchange will be marketing, and when they nuke every chart they get their hands on, even that ain't worth much, if anything, at all, really. This is why you see centralized exchanges start chains as quickly as they can, because they know they're doomed long term. Regulatory arbitrage and gatekeeping for profit trade comes to an end. So that was from Richard. And I guess the probably interesting bit was let's see here. I guess this one here was probably the most interesting thing here. One of these competitors will be a fair entity and let Joe Blow, normal honest entity, make a stable with them. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And we've got some interesting replies down here. So this guy here says, "Okay, my man, but are you hiring? I'm looking for a job. No cry fagging, regardless of the working assignment. What are you good at?" That's pretty funny. Sales is my expertise. We got some crazy stuff going on. Anyway, so we got that. What else? I think there was some other stuff in there I wanted to look at. Yeah, can't see that. Yeah, Liberty Swap replies though, says, "I know most centralized exchanges will give the same response when it comes to listing PulseChain, and the community mostly asks them for support just for fun. The truth is, we're completely comfortable with trading on PulseChain and DEXs right now. We don't need centralized exchanges. In time, the users will move on chain, and many will find their way to PulseChain." So there we go. That was a good comment there as well. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. What else we got? I thought there was something else that we had there, but that's not. I can't see it. Then we had another one here. 2 hours ago. It says Richard Hart says, as I told you all some very months ago, all the truly big moves are giant entities choosing what goes up. Can you fathom how much money it actually took to move gold up to 4,200? The trade is what Legacy wants to buy. And of course, that's Bitcoin and then Ethereum, because a giant entity can get in with less slippage because huge mass. My humble opinion. Feel free to watch my pinned video. Retail for mad gains needs to play the less liquid things. How about some more stimmy checks, please? Now, obviously, Trump's talking about doing checks, isn't he, for the tariff income. Which might happen in the new year. Probably might happen in the new year there. Yeah, so we've got a few comments in there as well from people. That's pretty much it. Nothing. So that's it from Richard, but some really nice, cool comments happening with him, which is kind of neat. Brennan says, no cry fagging in the casino, lol, says the Brennan. Yeah, indeed. All right, so that is from Richard. And Richard, of course, posted about the PulseChain season. And that's what he's focused on right now, right? So I did talk about that the other day. In fact, I posted about that. Let me go find my posts. That way I don't have to try and look through all Richard's messages. Let's see. I have posted it here somewhere. Where did it go, guys? Yeah, this one here. Bullish news. Richard Hart powerfully focused on PulseChain season, doesn't care about altcoin season. And of course, that was pretty bullish. I really like that post. Get excited. And we can see that he's focused, right? He's got the iPad marketing promotions going with the sponsors that are backing that and all the volunteers working at the Hive. And he's also got, we're expecting 1 million units by Christmas out from that. So that's exciting. He's also ramping up on X, as we can see, really, doing 4 or 5 posts a day, kind of neat. So really, really is getting there. And maybe he will do another kind of stream soon. That would be cool. All right, so that is the play. Now, someone did say that, if we put our thing out yesterday because he's got 150,000 followers on YouTube and 350 or plus on X, that if he just started streaming, then he would just absolutely blow up. Now, the thing is with Richard, he already has like the highest engagement out of anybody. Like you go watch some of the big crypto influencers with like 2 million and stuff. Richard, when he goes on stream, he's like outdoing those guys. It is pretty massive, and I think he'd just be huge right now. So we do look forward to Richard coming back streaming again. All right. And that itself would probably, a couple of X's on the chat. That's pretty amazing. Anyway, so that is Richard there. The other thing that we had yesterday, which I think was really important, and this is good news for those looking for good news, was that the PulseX link is now working on X, and that's really, really useful. It was a real bummer not being, working, but now people can just go straight to the site. It's so easy. So that was a really good news there around PulseX link. So PulseX.com now works on X. Spread it around as much as you can on a regular basis. That's way more and more people see it. And they can buy and sell on PulseChain. If you want people to buy and sell, they need the PulseX link, right? And it is, besides 9mm, it is those two are the real good platforms for buying and selling. And PulseX, of course, is the Richard Hart site. Right? So that's kind of cool. All right, let's jump over to the next one, which is PulseChain results. So let's have a look at it. Day 888. So if you're in the Chinese community, apparently that's a lucky number. Of course, we have it as the number of God, so it can't be much better than number than that. We got quadruple 0305 is down less than 1%, so we're not down too much now. We were down yesterday when I was looking at the chart, so it's good to see them flat. At least they've stopped the bleed out. We got PulseX, so that's the good news. The price not going down really too much. We got PulseX at the moment is at quadruple 0203, down 1.1% there. So, we're stuck at 3,000 and 2,000 respectively for PulseX and Pulse, which is crazy stuff. And the buy and burn sitting at 7.91%. Now, I know that PulseChain Stats has a different buy and burn number for the public supply, so who knows what's going on there. I think their number is like 7.17. But here on Gold Pulse, it is 7.91. So I don't know what's going on there between the differentials, but there's got to be something happening. Ink token there at the moment, $1.22, and that is up slightly. So we're on good news. Only very slightly though, 0.14%, but it is up. And Hex on PulseChain is up 0.77%, and it's at 0.68 of a penny. So that's kind of where it is, basically just over 2/3 of a cent. EHEX at the moment, 0.22 of a penny. And the combined price EX and PX is at 0.91 of a penny. So really good opportunity there. And that's some more good news that you get picking up these volumes at such low prices. So that's kind of the good news. Again, another day, 888 days. Not quite the 888 days, but we got the beats at the moment on PulseChain, or Gwei, I guess it is 942,000. And which 1 cent for a PulseX swap. Now remember, was it yesterday or the day before? It was 3 cents. So it's 1 cent today. So there we go. 1 cent today for a PulseX swap. And the validators right now, 53,370. I think we're down about 20 from yesterday, is it? Down from 20. And the bridge right now is sitting at 101.7 million. So I think we were at 102 million yesterday, if I remember rightly. So we're only down slightly from that. And then, of course, let's go to the treasury. Obviously, Ethereum is down, so we're only just slightly out of the money by $1.2 million, and that's because Ethereum is down just slightly. Actually, does that make sense? No, the entry price is 37.73, but we're down 3.9. I'm not sure. That's weird. that I wonder if it's based on the old. No, that can't be right either. Is it the old ETH value? 166,000 ETH. Oh, that doesn't make sense, does it? Is it not adjusting for the volume change? Yeah, that doesn't look right at all. Oh well, I think it looks like it might not have a volume adjustment there or something. But that is it right now. GoPulse might want to check that. Maybe that's the differential between the burn rates on PulseChain stats. I don't know. We'll have to decide. All right, so let's jump over to the markets overall. And shall we go full screen? We might go full screen here. How does that look? Yeah, let's go full screen there. And $20.8 million in volume on the old PulseChain. So it's good to get back in the 20s again. So we've been in 20s a few times now. We just want it to be on an up day, like super up day. We want some up days in a row, a couple of up days, 30, maybe a whole week of up days of 20, 30, 40%. Everyone in favor of that? Yeah, just give us a clap if you're in favor. All right, that was a bit forced. That was a bit of a forced clap, but that's we got it, guys. All right, so the top performers right now. I'm not endorsing any particular coin as they were, and so on, because I don't always check all the coins that are brand new. We get brand new coins all the time from Pump Tires and other launch pads and things like that. But at the moment we got a Xiong there. Been around for 6 hours. It's up 11,600%. Now we have just take note that we have had more. We have had honeypots and fancy fake AI sites and all sorts of stuff. Trying to rug money. So just be extra careful. Extra careful now. Just definitely know. We got cry-fagging from Richard Hart here, up 168%. We got Willow the dog, been over for 2 months, up 84% there. We got Curve Token over 6 months, up 34%. UFO at number 5 is up 14%. We've got Source Mini Meal has been on a real nice tier at the moment, up 8.4%. And of course, they can pump this chart to $1 any time they want. And it is on the move right now, 6.8 cents on the old Soil Mini Meal. And they have their buy and burn, right? And of course, they have a big, massive treasury, probably well in excess of 10 million, is what I always say. And I need to do an updated expectation of that, but I wouldn't need to know the buy and burn, which we've got on the spreadsheet, so I should be able to do that. Unity is at 80 cents, just adjusting in phase 2. Still got a long way to go to the end of phase 3. Teddy Bear from James Maria, up 6% at number 8, but there's many other peers down here as well, all the way down to number 14. And BBC from 9-inch is up 6%. Hex Pump Tires is up 5% as well. X Game there is, it looks like it found its bottom after its little pullback yesterday, and is up 4.5%. So let's have a quick look at X Game. I did cover this yesterday. Actually, let's look at the bigger pair. Let's look at the bigger pair here. And X Game, I did cover this. We did a whole live stream yesterday, which is the second live stream I did yesterday. It was great fun. Did you guys enjoy it? I enjoyed it. We had hundreds of people watching, and we had managed to pick up quite a few people playing the game, which was really neat while we were doing it. And yeah, I think we had a good number. And so that was helping with the testing of the game as well. Yeah. The server did go down at the end of the live stream, but that happens. I'm not sure. Servers seem to go down all the time for different reasons, but anyway, we're obviously testing, and it's a good test. So 3.1 cents right now, and it's managed to find its bottom at 2.9 cents. Yeah, and it's managed to give a bounce there. So it's kind of where that's at. RSI's got plenty of room to move. Why is that looking so weird, that RSI? This looks like flattened out. But yeah, let's have a look at 4 hourly. 4 hourly, yeah, just bouncing off the 50. So yeah, nice little room there for the X Game to do some stuff. Of course, Firewall said be wary of selling down. We did see a rotation from SolidX though, of course, and SolidX is tumbled in price relative to X Game, and but SolidX will probably get a rotation back once staking comes out. We'll keep a look out for that. And that's X Game's expected to launch before the end of October. For Investor right now, number 17 is at $4.85, up 4%. Sparta looks like it's made a bit of a bounce, up 4%. This is a PulseX pair, interesting enough. And that is at 5.5 cents. Let's go to the daily on this chart. That's the daily chart there. So pretty violent, down at the local bottom. Not the bottom down here, but local bottom. All right, what else we got going? We got PTC the Greys up 3%, 9-inch up 2.7%, Hex right now, and Sam Token sitting at number 21 ranking, up 1.5% there. So we've got 22 coins up over 1%. The rest of them, obviously we've got Hex pairs here, but the rest of them are just up slightly over 1%. We've got lots of those. Scroll down here. We got what else we got there? We got Solid X, of course. We talked about with X Game. That is pretty much flat, so it looks like about $3.42. And of course, on an X base yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. Though Fireway was saying that this is ridiculously cheap right now. So if you don't pick it up now, then it is what it is. But don't cry later when staking comes out. So it's kind of cool. Now staking's going to have bronze. I think it's going to be $2,500. So if you pick it up, if you manage to pick up the bottom of Solid X, then and the price goes up, you'll jump through the different ranks potentially, depending on how that goes. So we'll keep a lookout for that. What else there? Let's see. Keep going down here. Fetch Oracle, number 50 at the moment. Fetch Oracle is number 20, and we did see David Feder. I think it was David Feder, put out a post on Signum Oracle, which we're expecting to come up after Tetra launch. Tetra launch apparently is essentially done. They're just doing the educational side of things, and we're supposed to have a launch, expected launch date. The website's supposed to be up at the end of October for Tetra, and then we're supposed to have a launch date come out after that. So that's what Stu's up to at the moment for the end of October. So do we have quite a few, actually, probably going to end up with a couple of decent top tier launches on PulseChain in the next, let's say, 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks. So X Game, possibly Tetra mid-November, possibly, and early November Coinwell. So these are pretty heavyweight launches on PulseChain. So it's kind of cool to have a bunch of really high grade protocols launching. So that's kind of where we are right now. And then Signum Oracle after that. So that's the question mark: is it a few days after, or is it 2 days after? But as it looks like, if we do get Tetra out in November, then that looks like good for Signum before the end of the year. And Signum Oracle is key for a lot of sophisticated products out there. And David Feder did a write up on that, I think today. I think it was David. So yeah, you can check that out. It's had 20,000 views on it, so pretty popular. So what else we got going? That's all Fetch. Let's see here. Everything else is slightly out of the money, but not badly. 1-2% down today. Most of these coins, and then we start getting to some of these other ones which are down much further. Sparta, Hex pair down 3%. Vouch down 4%. Peacock here sitting at 1 cent, and that actually dipped down a little bit yesterday. Look at that little dip there, a little wick down. It wicked down to 82/100th of a penny. It's now back at just over 1 cent there as well. But we are getting some good updates from Liberty Swap. They're doing quite a few updates here, but I think they had some news out today. I'm just trying to find where it is, but they had some news. They're doing lots of different things to support not only the PulseChain but also the Peacock there as well. So they're doing lots of different things to set it up to maximize buying pressure on the old Peacock, which is kind of cool to see. There is a post. I just can't see it here. They post quite a bit. 13 hours ago, but they were doing something here. It's not showing up. I don't know where it is, but they're definitely up to stuff there, and so we'll keep a lookout for that. At the moment, 1 cent. RSI has cooled off. They were, overheated. You see that big up trend there for RSI. See how RSI is so reliable most of the time. It's very, with a few exceptions. But it got up to 80 there on the Peacock, and then that was the top. So if you'd sold there, you would have topped out there, and it came down, and now it's down at 62. 4 hourly, it's bounced off there, so it's come down on the RSI. 4 hourly seems to have bounced on 38, and looks like it might actually break to the upside here, so it could possibly start to go back up again there. So that's kind of where we are there. What else is going on? Top hat down here with Peacock, down 8.9%. They had a nice real rise with Peacock too, didn't it? Let's have a look at that. And yeah, so this is on the daily, had a nice little rise. This is a relatively new P, I think. Yeah, and just got all the way up to 1,600 for a penny, now at 1,400, so not too bad there. Surf token from Crypto Paradise is down here as well, near Top Hat. And this is also, they are ramping up their marketing, so keep a lookout for that. I thought they would have triggered it a little bit earlier, but I think they've only just started it. So keep a lookout for Crypto Paradise and Surf token marketing about to ramp up, as I understand it. Kind of cool. The Pulse guy down 32%, and Zendog. So two of the better performers are both down right now, as well as this new one here, PulseChain Piggin there. But Pulse guy down this. They have a next space yesterday too, but had a big rally into that and just some big profit taking now. So we'll see where that lies. I haven't got an RSI on it, but that is Pulse guy. So that is pretty much our leaders today. So it looks like if you want good news, the good news is that looks like things have settled down a little bit on the sell-off there. That's probably the general thing. And Sun Mini Meal looks like the standout there at the moment, along with X Game doing pretty well still, and we've got a bit of a bounce back in a Teddy Bear, and those are kind of the main ones there. And we've got a few new coins like Cryfagging. So it is what it is, right? That's what it is. So that is kind of cool. The big news, of course, is a Gladiator game. So people want even more good news. Well, Gladiator Games, guys, is coming. Should I change the view? I'm going to change the view there. So Gladiator Games and new tournament this Friday. So you got to join up to that, right? Got to join up to that. And if you want to join up, it's where's my link there? I had a link. Let me get my link, and you can join up today to Gladiator Games. So Gladiator Games has got a big prize pool today. What is it? Big prize pool, and it is $1,200. $1,200, yeah, boy. Now you can also, not only is Gladiator Games super fun, but you can actually get referrals as well. So you can actually get referrals Gladiator Games, and it's 5% of the gold. So 5% of the gold. So it's pretty modest. So it's kind of cool. So if you want to join up to Gladiator Games, join up to do the top tier game on PulseChain right now. And it's a lot of fun, and the community is pretty cool too. So we've got a good community there, so join up to that. Not bad. All right. Now, if you're on X, of course, you won't be able to see that. So let me post the link to that if you guys want to join up. So join Gladiator Games. The tournament is on this Friday, so it's going to be, I think it's about 2 days long for the weekend, and you can join up. All right, so that is it. And let's go to the actual prize giveaway. So yeah, the gates are open on Friday, 5 p.m. CST time, 10 p.m. UTC time, and the competition is fiercer than ever. Now, yesterday there was a first of its kind midweek game, and there were 18 players, so that's really good. So we're getting good growth in the game. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was actually doing particularly well into it, I must say. And then people were scared of playing with me, fighting against me, but that's fair enough, pretty terrifying little gladiator. And so, my fighting skills are getting pretty good. I've still got a few things to learn, but other than that, it's going pretty good, pretty good. So yeah, now on this tournament, I'll be using a tier 2 gladiator. This is the final weekend for a tier 2 gladiator. And it's Galactus. So if you end up fighting Galactus, you're fighting against me, which is fine. Yeah, it's all good. But be prepared for a battle. That's going to be fun. All right, so the arena gates open 5 p.m. CST time, 10 p.m. UTC time. Over $1,200 in prizes, paid in Roam token. The first place is $130. The second place is $110. The third place is $105. Fourth place is $100. Fifth place is $95. Sixth place is $90. Seventh place $85. Eighth place $80. Ninth place $75. And 10th place $70. So some really good prizes. And what's important here? A great prize distribution. So if you're new, you could come in and compete for any of these prizes. $95, $90. So very cool while you're having fun. at the same time having fun. That's kind of cool. The top 15 will also win $20 each in silver, and silver is very important in terms of in-game store. So it's pretty cool. It will run all weekend, Friday to Sunday midnight. And Gladiators have been on fire lately. Huge prize pools, fierce battles, an incredible community. This weekend is going to be epic. You rise in the Colosseum. So that is a little bit of a teaser there for the game, and a lot of fun there on PulseChain. Has now got a top tier game that people can play every weekend and win cash prizes. You can't ask for much better than that, right? Rome token, or for the glory of Rome. So that's kind of cool on that. And the game is innovating all the time. There's new things all the time in the game, which is pretty awesome. I'll probably do another special live stream on that, which is pretty cool. We even got Crypto Paradise in there saying, if you're a gamer, here's your chance to battle out for real cash prizes. If you are a GameFi crypto enthusiast, here are the projects with proper revenue and token structures. If you're PulseChain Maximi, here's your token to embrace it. It's the Rome token there at the moment. And Gladiator Game says we're only getting started. The future is now. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's go. More gamers. So we got lots of cool people. Xavier, the big influencer, 480,000 followers, sharing it around as well. So, getting some momentum there. We got MVS Crypto, of course, from the Crypto Night Show and from the Monster Thread. They're also doing a great job there. So pretty kind. So game on, guys, game on. So we'll see you there for the tournament. If you need any help, I always suggest you get into Telegram, and there's lots of guides and things like that in there, and lots of people to help you. It's kind of cool. Get the extra advantage. Get in there today, though, so that you can start building your Gladiator up and get strong. And we've got some, there is a starter pack too. You can buy starter packs now. And that's probably the quickest way. Go to the store and go to starter pack, and then you'll be able to get a really top tier Gladiator 2, as well as all the gear that you need. And then you can go, put all the gear on and getting ready for the tournaments. That kind of simple. All right, so that is Gladiator Games. I think that was it. Was that what we were going to say about that? I think so. And let's go to the top part here. I think that's the main stuff. The other big news was, we had Hex Scout. So they have got 3 new chains are now connected to PulseChain. So it's pretty cool from Hex Scout. Breaking news, 3 new chains now directly connected to PulseChain. There's Avalanche, Optimism, and Unichain. Next up will be Solana plus BSC coming soon. Now, I think Solana is going to be really important because, there's a lot of people that are going to be playing around the X1 as well as BSC. So, Solana, BSC, really, really important. I don't often hear many people talking about playing on Avalanche or Optimism or Unichain, although those are popular chains. But Solana and BSC, I know a lot of people that do that. So I think that's going to be really awesome. The new cross-chain standard, fee-free, limit-free, and permissionless. Pretty awesome. And did you know you can access PulseChain from 130 chains via Hyperlane? So if you guys aren't familiar, I'll probably get familiar with Hyperlane because it's going to give you easy access across 130 chains, which is kind of neat. Just bridge once via Ethereum or Base, and still fee 3, just one extra click there. So there we go, from Ethereum or Base. So kind of cool. Look at that. Awesome. So things are on the road there. Even Tamtam's excited. Excellent work. And Tamtam's doing a great job out there, isn't she, with the X Spaces? Kind of cool. We've got a bear out there with the AI infrastructure. We're going to be talking about that on PulseChain soon, I guess. Keep a look out for that. The PulseChain stats out there, working hard. We've got lots of cool things happening right now. All right, it's pretty cool. So talking about PulseChain stats, let's quickly go to that website. The X account, and we can see that they've got a new stats here. 2 billion PulseX was bought and burned yesterday. 7.17% of the user supply. So that's a different number from GoPulse. So not quite sure the differences there. It says 8.36% user if you include the no expectations wallet. So it is what it is. Not sure the differences, but there's always differences in stats, isn't there? So it's kind of cool. Yeah, the PulseChain stats got some really cool sites. Got some bubble charts. So quick look at that. We haven't really played around on PulseChain stats too much, have we? But it is a very good site. Richard Hart posted out about it too, not long ago. We can see all the bubbles. We've got Hex at the moment, looking nice and fancy. You can actually pick it up with your mouse, throw it around, be real psychotic with it. Hex can bash PulseX, bash. PulseX bash Hex. Yeah. So you got lots of crazy stuff like that. You don't. I never did that. You guys don't. I never did it. We got other cool stats. We got PulseChain TVL chat. Look at this nice little pretty little chart. TVL, and it's on the low side right now, but it means that you're buying near the bottom, and it's only up from here. Daily active users ticking away. It says that daily active users around about what is it at the moment? We're actually on the high side, 13,246. So yeah, PulseChain daily transactions we're at to at the moment, 344,000 on PulseChain. Fees at the moment, of course, not too bad. 500,000 in fees, it says at the moment on a daily basis. Kind of cool. Global top 40 chains by TVL total value locked. It's typically DeFi, defined by DeFi. Where's PulseChain down there? PulseChain down there somewhere. Not sure where PulseChain. There it is down there, number 40. We're at number 40 right now. So we've got a bit of work, but we've got some big heavyweights launching in the next couple of weeks, right? So we've got Coinwell that could give us a big TVL. What else? X Game won't, but Coinwell will. And I don't think Tetra will. So Coinwell definitely will add to our TVL that might be recognised by the market there coming up. And what else? Signum would be, I guess, and depending on how it's set up. What else? Let's see. Let's jump away from here. And definitely PUSD ALGO. We can get PUSD ALGO running once Signum is up, then that definitely add to our TVL. All right, we've got some PulseX stats as well. So we've got similar numbers here, TVL on the old PulseX. So we've got that currently at about $88 million on PulseX TVL. Total, that's just V1, but V2 is 92 million. So 170 million TVL. And that's mostly what they take into account is the PulseX TVL. That's the heavyweight, 171 million, the biggest TVL on the planet. PulseX volume history. We're obviously on a little bit of the low side right now. Let's see, $19 million volume, it says there. Plus we've got, the other dexes like 90mm, etc. We've got the fees in there at the moment. $20,000 in fees, from looks like. $50,000 all up when we include V1 and V2. And where's our DEX ranking? Let's see. Well, but PulseChain was 40. Where were we at? Where's PulseX then? Did I fly by it? Not sure. Number 25, guys. Number 25 on the DEX ranking. That's pretty cool. So number 25. So we're a bit better ranked there. What else? We've got PulseX stats and PulseX stats. PulseX stats. Okay, the token stats. What else stats have we got? Let's have a look. We got pump tire stats, guys. Let's look at pump tire stats. Pump tire stats at the moment. It's loading. Pump tire stats is loading, which is giving me a time to grab a cuppa. So apparently we've had 27,000 tokens created on pump tires. 712 have graduated. In other words, they become king of the hill and they got pushed over to PulseX. That's a 2.63% success rate, which apparently is quite high compared to others. Days since launch, 257 days. Current lock pulse, which is pretty interesting, is 11.3 billion. So that's pretty interesting. And total value locked $344,000. So if we get a 3x in that, it will hit to $1 million. Average daily burn 44 million pulse. So that's pretty good. So pulse supply locked up in pump tires, 11.3 billion. So it does capture all that pulse, guys, that everyone's putting in there. And maybe we'll see what happens with it. What's the number one there? The number one pump tires apparently is by market cap, is Pump itself, and then Trump, then Pepe, then Hex, then Most, then Dai, then Solana, then Pulse, then XRP, then Doge, I should say, Mars, ADA, Bitcoin, Elon, XRP, Tron, PulseX. These are all pump tires, ETH, USDC, and USD Tether. So a lot of clones, really. A lot of clones. But the big one is Pump itself. 10 million market cap there. Some of the ones I thought that I would see on here and not on here. That's kind of weird. I guess they're that little. I don't know. Those are the ones I let you look at anyway. What else? What else there? Let's. We got some other metrics, or is it just is all the metrics? Pump tires, lock pair. Yeah, okay, that's all the charts there. What else we got? That's kind of here. Hex stats. So they've got lots of stats here on the old PulseChain stats. Hex analyticals and active stakes. Number of holders, 371,000 wallets. Hex supply, 633 billion. Circulating supply 47.7. Total supply to states 92.5%. What was it on after the big payday? It was it 90? Was it 98.7%? I think it was 98.7. That would have been the 20th of November 2020, something like that. What else there? Active HEX stakes over time. Obviously declining there, but what else there? T-share rate up pretty big now. T-share rate at the moment is 42,782. That's crazy. So I remember it was flipped to 10,000 at the beginning. It was obviously was it a fraction at the beginning? They got flipped to a 10,000 index. And yeah, it's just had a big jump today from the looks of it. Looks like it's just had a big jump in there today. Kind of cool. All right, so that only goes back to May 23 and 3, so it's not the full history there. All right, what else? End stakes, T-share payouts, all that sort of stuff. HEX liquidity. We're going to jump through some of that. Bridge stats. I've got bridge stats on here. Bridge TVL, 93 million. It's different to the number we have from GoPulse, right? The different numbers, but then they probably don't have EX in there. Probably don't got no EX or something like that. Current supply, 11 million. Yep, that's about right. Hyperlane cross bridge activity is pretty interesting. USDC is transferred to and from PulseChain via Hyperlane. $361,000 inbound, so it's only just started and it's doing pretty well. Total outbound 207,000, so net flow 153k. So that's the benefit we've got through Hyperlane so far. Assuming that it hasn't taken away demand from other bridging activities, I guess. So that is the flows at the moment. So we have had a bit of a pickup in flows recently. This is what you want to see with the trend is your friend. So I'll keep a lookout for that. PulseChain top 10 tokens bridged in breakdown. So ETH there, HEX, DAI, Chainlink, even a bit of Pepe at the bottom there. All right, so that is some pretty interesting stats there. Gas stats. That's pretty cool. Gas charts. And what else? Validators. We got some loading there. Validators there. You got the validated stats. Some of these are probably a little bit different from the GoPulse stuff, but fairly probably accurate, I guess, within tolerances. Launch day 4,144. That's about, but it's loading other proof of stake chains, and that's kind of interesting. Global users running PulseChain infrastructure, 34 countries. That's kind of neat. Do we zoom on that? Look at that. That's kind of neat. Whee! Spin the globe. Let's nuke some of these countries. No, just kidding. And boys and their nukes, or men and their nukes, one of the two. Yeah, so it's got some cool stuff. So plenty of data here on the stats page. ETH treasuries, token rankings, leagues, token rankings there, and the leagues. This will probably be around PulseX. Yeah, this is really, really cool, isn't it? The PulseX leagues and the Pulse leagues. So what is it? Okay, let's see. A squid's kind of the middle range, isn't it? A squid. So if you had 150 million Pulse right now, that's $4,500. So if you want to become a squid, which is 0.001%, that would be 4,500. If you want to be slightly bigger than that, a dolphin, you need 0.01%. That's 1.5 billion, so it's a 10x jump. That would be 45,000. So that's kind of I guess the mid-range investors between squid and dolphin. PulseX is you need 196 million PulseX. That would get you the squid range. 2 billion to a dolphin, and it's 4 to 40,000 right now. So if you think about where the prices of PulseChain are right now, that's kind of your good friend there, right? Let me go to full screen there so you can see it a bit easier. I might zoom in on this too because it's a little bit small on the numbers. How's that? Does that read better? Hopefully that reads better there. So that is the mark there right now. Let's go to the HEX and excuse me. Oh, God. Too much. I was out at the club, out in the clubs, hitting the clubs last night. I was a bit tired. Only only tuned in about 4 o'clock in the morning. You know how it is. All you guys out there at the clubs beating it down. Anyway, so we got hex leagues right now. We got squid right now, 705,000 hex. So if you got that much hex, I guess it's P hex, yeah. And then dolphin 7 million. So that's between 5k and 48k right now. And in terms of ink token, 555 ink. Actually, no, sorry, 555 ink is $680. And a dolphin is 5,500 ink, and that was $6,800. So a lot cheaper to become a squid and a dolphin in the old ink token, right? Ink token there. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we get some magic happening there. So it's pretty cool. I always like the leagues, ROI charts. They've always been popular, haven't they? People used to post these out all the time. Remember on X, particularly around Hex. What's the old Hex? So where are we on this one? What's this one? So we got. I guess it's PulseChain, is it? Which one's the Hex PulseChain color? Oh, it's missing quite a few. Quite a few charts here. Pulse, yeah, Pulse is in blue, so the Pulse is here. Day since launched. So we're 888 days. So that's where we are right now. So we're actually underperforming all of the other chains, with the exception of ADA, which is not necessarily a good sign. But that is where we are right now. So we can only go up from here, guys. We can only go up from here. That's all we can say. So we got Bitcoin and BNB in yellow, so yeah, and ETH here in this purple. So PulseChain down here. Can only go up from here. Can only go up. That's the place. Buy low, and that's where you're getting it right now. Now we've got the comparison. What's this comparison between the Richard Heart core coins? And I guess Pulse there and PulseX in red seems to be the better performer. And that is it on those ones. What else we got? Validators. Do we do valid? Oh, we done that already. Bubble ecosystem. Oh, there's like an ecosystem map of there. Yeah, PulseChain official projects, standard bridges, cross-chain bridges. So pretty good resource there. They got Liberty Swap, Hyperlane changed now. Official bridge now. In terms of bridges, we've actually got I did a full survey and we had like 20 something, and the only new one since I talked about it was Hyperlane really. So I should probably update that chart, and that gives a very good way of looking at the bridges. But that's really cool to have them all here. Dexes and farms. Farms, we have like 6 or 7 good farms, not included in here, right? So they should probably be added. If you're a farm out there, you should get yourself on PulseChain stats amongst the farms here. Good free advertising there. Lending and borrowing, so we've got all that in there, and Dex aggregators other as well. Even got the X game in there already. So that's kind of it at the moment. We've got block explorers there too. They've got some learning. Get started on PulseChain. Let's have a quick look at that. So set up a wallet with cards. I've got little videos too, and they're cool. So if you want people to get videos on how to, get started on PulseChain with the wallets, how to bridge, how to trade on PulseX, then this is a good series here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So that is PulseChain stats. We weren't planning on looking at that, but we did, and it was well worth it. So there we go. I'll post a link to that in the chat, and you can check it out. Frank White would have that on his PulseStart ecosystem, so he would have that, and so it's kind of cool. Blair in house is here as well. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. Hexvader reposted the stream. Appreciate that. Many thanks. And Hexvader is excited. Yeah, appreciate it too. Like and share. Definitely like and share. Awesome stuff. Yeah, so that is PulseChainStats.com. Got lots of great resources in there for PulseChain. Talking about great resources, should we look at PLO Start again? So if you want an ecosystem map of all of PulseChain, well, obviously you got a basic one here on the PulseChain stats with some pretty cool setups there. I really like that. It's nice and clean. But if you're after the full thing, then PLO Start has kind of got the closest thing to a full map, a map of PulseChain's projects. So I'll post that in the chat there as well. And definitely save that to your favorites, right? Save that to your favorites, because look at all the projects there. Pretty cool. So that is a link there to PLS Start Me with the PulseChain ecosystem map. So you've got 2 things you can look at there. All right, and that's by Frank White. So and Frank White's in the chat. So we had to post it. How could we not post it? Frank White would be like, instead of pulse, bang, bang, pulse gang, it would be like boom, boom. Kryptonite show, boom, and something like that. I don't know. But that is it. That is it. Jokes aside. Jokesies, as I say. All right, so that's pretty cool. We got some good stuff happening, guys, with the old PulseChain, and it's good to see, right? Good to see. Now, what else were we going to say about that? Yeah, we've got lots of things happening. There's so much happening all over the place. We're doing our best to keep up with it, as you guys know. I normally cover most of the big things that are updating. So yeah, we try to do our best there. Now, the one thing I was going to say is let's go to MVS Crypto. Of course, the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread, the PulseChain's weekly newsletter. That is out at the moment. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. That's on. That's out and about. So last week's news. Now we have got this PulseChain Weekly Monster Thread number 23, but we have got number 24 coming out on Monday. So look forward to that. It's going to have all the news from the current week that we're in. And of course some of the hottest projects on PulseChain as well. So if you're one of the projects out there, hit either me up or MVS Crypto, and if you want to get included on that. So it's kind of cool. I think we've got a couple of new ones coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, we had some big news. Obviously, Richard Hart's birthday was pretty awesome. We had the sponsorships here with X Game and Ice Wars, which is basically boxing on ice skates. Pretty crazy. And we had some big streams there from the PDI conference. I think it's the first ever PDI conference. That was pretty cool. And we had also Crypto Crazy from Liquid Loans has been going on a conference, absolute bonanza. It's been going conference, getting PulseChain Liquid Loans out there amongst the people. So he's been working hard there. So some cool stuff happening. We've obviously got Hogged, Heart of the Dog anime series on PulseChain, which I think we're so lucky to have such a quality series on PulseChain, honestly. So we're very lucky there. Obviously, we talked about Rome, and that is the top tier game right now with hundreds, thousands of dollars worth of prizes, and that's been just awesome. X Game course is about to launch by the end of October. Excited about that, and it could be the first killer viral game or app on PulseChain. And of course, RhinoFi there has been outstanding DeFi project, waiting for Pulse to fly, and its treasury will absolutely boom, chugga boom on the old RhinoFi there. Radeon obviously high APYs on Nexian farms, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen anything on Nexian Glow yet, but I'm sure that will be coming. And yeah, pretty awesome stuff there. And of course, some of the people in the community PulseChain spotlight there. We've got some really amazing people doing some cool stuff there. We've had KR there doing some good stuff, egg spaces and things like that. Strident Citizen as well, Panos doing egg spaces there, doing some good stuff there, covering really cool topics like pump tires and other things like that happening, X Game, etc. Crypto Girl, of course, the old Hex OG, of course, used to be the Hex pin-up girl in my, I mean that in the nicest way, and it's Crypto Girl there. She's been back on X Spaces, doing a great job. Tam, of course, coming on the line there too as well, doing great X Spaces. We've had so many female influencers really leading the way. It's really cool to see. And then Super Hex Win there over on good old TikTok, blowing up there with millions of views. So pretty cool they're covering there. So lots of good stuff happening with the Monster Thread. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. And I'll leave a link to that in the video description there. Bam. That's going good. We've definitely got people on the move. Richard Hart, of course, has said, get out there and promote. It's time to promote now. PulseChain season is, being focused on, is being curated, and marketing promotion is very important. He did talk about, building projects. Yes, build projects as long as they're good projects. He's just sick of the crap ones. That's all. I think that's pretty much it. So if you're building good projects, I think he's very encouraging about that. He himself has been building, right? He built PulseChain with his devs and PulseX and everything else, and now he's really focused and turning to a lot of marketing. But I'm sure he's got a few things up his sleeve as well coming up. So that is Richard Hart. Kind of cool. But community keeps going. Yeah, can you believe it? 23 weeks of the Monster Thread. Just blows your mind, doesn't it? 23 weeks And if you want to find out what happened to PulseChain over the last 23 weeks, then you can just go check it. The other one, of course, on Monday, we got week 24. And you guys, that's only a couple of weeks away from 6 months of the PulseChain weekly monster thread. Isn't that amazing? The preeminent publication on PulseChain, covering with all the hottest news, really is cool. And it is a privilege to be a part of that as a publication of the Crypto Night Show. So awesome stuff, and MBS Crypto crushing it out there every week. So keep up the great work, MBS. All right, what else? I think that's about it at the moment. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We're up to now in 5 minutes. I think we're going to leave it there. There's so much more I could talk about, but we'll talk about it either tomorrow or on a special show. Who knows? All things are possible. But I'll catch you guys again then. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Onwards and upwards. DCA for the win. You got nice little discount prices continuing. And so wait for PulseChain season, and all that will pay off. All right, take care. Bye for now.